Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Windy City MMA YouTube channel. I'm here with Lewis right now, and this is going to be our UFC Fight Night Whittaker versus Durator breakdown, UFC Abu Dhabi. Lewis, how you doing? You ready for this card?
Yeah, I gotta wake up early to go see the prelims. Let's go.
Yeah, right. It's an early card. It's in Abu Dhabi. It's actually a pretty good card, as Abu Dhabi usually is pretty good, just like they're going to make October good with Aspinall versus Gane just announced. But we'll start at the bottom of this card here. Martin Buday versus Marcus Buchecha. What do you got in this fight?
It's just crazy how Martin Boudet is a ranked opponent. I have to put that out. And then we have Marcus
Yes.
Buchecha, which is his first fight in the UFC, and he gets a ranked opponent.
Yep.
I mean, he's been on the grappling scene. He's a great grappler. I like he does every single uh big promotion that requires jujitsu. So I mean, this one's a pretty simple one. It's either Marcus Buchecha by decision, or if he finds a submission. I don't see a the picture. The picture is funny.
Yeah, there's just no picture. But yeah, you don't see a Buday win.
No, I personally don't.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Buchecha's making his UFC debut. Like you said, he spent most of his time in one. And like you said, he's a BJJ guy, you know. He'll surely look to get to the fight to the ground and find a submission. I agree with you completely. And I want to pick Buday just because, he's fought in the UFC. And it's Buchecha's debut, and these older guys have tended to lose their UFC debuts, like Patchy Mix and Pitbull. They've tended to
Yeah.
lose them, but I gonna pick Buchecha as well. I I think he'll win. Boudet hasn't KO'd anyone since joining the UFC except his Contender Series win. And heavyweights tend to be heavyweights that tend to be very good at one thing, KO, power, grappling, whatever, can do well against unranked or lower or higher ranked, whatever competition, like Martin Buday, who's ranked, what, 13 or 14 right now.
Yeah, he's high
Um,
up.
so yeah, the heavyweights just aren't that good. So maybe they could be trying to make a push for Buchecha if he gets, a win here, they'll call it good, and then get a good win against someone maybe at 10-9, who's ever there right now. And then, they can get him in the title mix because, if Aspinall runs through Gane, then they'll have, Volkov Almeida, and then that's it for right now. Cortez Acosta, if he can win a couple or win at least one or two more. So I'm gonna go with Buchecha. I agree, probably by submission or decision as well.
Yes,
Would you
yeah.
like?
Martin Boudet, I like his record. Looks
Yeah,
very nice, but if
does.
you just take a look at who he's fought, it's
Yeah,
not that it's
100%.
not that big enough for that heavyweight. I don't know. The heavyweight's always been like this, even in the past years of the UFC and in this year. So
No,
in the present.
I agree. It's just very, mid. Gaziev is his bigger-ish kind of name fight, and he lost by knockout. Andrei Arlovsky. Other than that, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
All right, we're both on the Buchecha side, probably by submission or decision. We will move Muhammad Yahya or Stephen Nguyen. Uh, in my mind, really quick, is very like this is an easy, quick breakdown. Muhammad Yahya is just not good, not that at all. He has two fights in the UFC, both by losses, both on the Abu Dhabi cards, which is why I believe he's still in the UFC. And he's from the UAE. He fights out of Dubai, so I think Stephen Nguyen's gonna win this fight. However you put it, I think minus 300 or whatever his odds are is good for who he's fighting. What do you think?
Who has negative 300?
Stephen
Who's
Nguyen is negative 300.
okay.
There's minus
Yes, yes,
300 right
yes.
now.
Okay, yes. Then yeah, I okay, good. I thought it was the
Or
other way
around
around.
there. No. Yeah, I'd
Yeah,
be
okay.
hammering Nguyen if
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Because his first fight, well, I believe his first UFC fight got into a loss, which I did see. He just got either the UFC jitters or because he even though he was throwing second round and third round, he was throwing first round, he let it go. but he just fought a bigger competition, not a bigger,
Yeah.
a step up in competition. And that person is not Muhammad Yahya. Yeah, I have Steven either by KO or by decision. Um,
I like that.
and like, yeah, I hopefully don't see a split decision, but I just see Steven just getting him with more output than Muhammad Yahya is going to be used to and gonna rack up a win.
Agree.
First one in the UFC.
There
Yep.
you go. Stephen Wynn is going to pick up a win this weekend. Let's go. All right. Ibo Aslan versus Billy Elikana. All right. Really quick. Another one that's really quick for me. Elikana's
Yep.
never been KO'd. Seems to have, that toughness. He lost to the Guskov, and he could have been it was just a bad looking fight for him, kind of, especially when he was on the ground and Guskov was chasing that knockout, but he was tired too, whatever was going on there. And so it seems like it's like on paper you might think, all right, he's tough, he can take shots, he might have that the underdog odds could look good for him. But I'm on Aslan and I think he's gonna destroy Billy here. I think he's gonna either put something on him early and break his chin and get a KO or just beat him up for 3 rounds. Uh so I'm on Ebo and I'm on Ebo kind of heavy. I haven't put a bet on it yet, but he's like minus 200 something right now, and I'm gonna.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. Ebo. Yes, I have him also by KO or decision. I like the FanDuel odds. I gotta point that out there. In FanDuel, they do give out the double chance, either
Yeah.
like KO or submission, KO, decision, submission, decision. So I am gonna use FanDuel this time. Just
Agree.
because the past UFC events have been
A little
by
rough.
yes.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Agree. All right. Ebo Aslan's the pick. I like him a lot. Let's move. Women's strawweight ranked fighters. Amanda Ribas versus Tabitha Ricci. You got a feel for this fight?
I can see both of them. I can see their path of victory for both of them. Amanda Ribas taller, more lengthier fighter. She's just gonna give a lot of output, so I believe that's what she has to do to win. Then we have Tabitha Ricci, which is a fan favorite.
Yep.
I gotta point that out there. Yep. And but she is the smaller athlete, the smaller reach. She is good with the judo, but a big thing is that she is now dating the boxer. I forgot his
Callum
first name, Walsh.
Callum Walsh.
Eh, Yes. So she has been training. I want to see her hands this time. Then she's been training on the ground as well with I just seen her with Mackenzie Dern. Now Mackenzie Dern isn't she's had her fights, but at the end of the day, she is a dog on the ground. So
Yeah. So
it is women's MMA.
it
So I
is.
am gonna throw an underdog play right there.
Tabitha Ricci, going with Ricci. I am as well. I agree. I like it. I'm gonna pick her as well with for all the reasons that you said. They both need a bounce back win, and I think Ricci's just gonna mix it up more. She probably a decision. Um, I agree.
I think a split decision just because just because Amanda is gonna give that output, and as long as if she keeps the distance, sorry, if Amanda keeps the distance and doesn't go to the floor and doesn't let all this
Yeah.
things that Tabitha is so good at, I think it's gonna be a split decision, which you can get on BetMGM. Split decision for better odds than just a decision. Gotta
Oh,
point that out
really?
there.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That
Yes.
makes sense.
Split
Yeah.
decision more than a regular decision. So
Later in
bet
the
MGM for that one.
later in the week, DraftKings usually has that line too, but
Okay,
it's too early in the week right now for that to be up.
got it.
We're
So
both
I'm
on the
gonna yeah.
dog. Yeah, we're both on the
So
dog here. Going Tabitha Ricci. Might be looking at a nice split decision bet. We'll see what those odds look like. And we move. This is gonna be a fun one. Damon Blackshear versus Davy Grant. What are you thinking? Don't
all
you
right,
looking at it like you're about to pick Davy Grant.
bro. I'm gonna get so much. You're gonna be like, what? I don't know. Okay, I was analyzing it. I saw Davy Grant's fight. I know he looked. Go back up. Go back. Just look at his
Look at his face.
look at his face. Look at his stance. Okay, doesn't seem like the toughest fighter compared to Damon Blackshear just by looking. Even though he is what creeping up 40, 39, I believe he is.
39, yeah.
I don't want to say he looks like he's in his prime, but I don't also want to say that he's on a decline. There are fighters who are on a decline once they hit their 39s, 40s, and above, but I don't know. These guys, Davey has been, he lost two split decisions, and they were against fighters that are now ranked, which are, I believe it was Jonathan, was it Martinez? I gotta recheck that. But and they were both
Uh,
Hispanic.
Adrian Yanez and Daniel Marcos.
There you go. Adrian Yanez. Okay. And Daniel Marcos. And in my opinion, those two fighters are very, very good dirty boxers, very good on the stand up. Although Damon isn't the best striker, he's looking to take it to the ground. I feel like Damon was losing his last fight. I don't know if his last fight, even though he submitted him in the, I believe second or no, not second, at the end of
So he
the
submitted Gibson 2 fights ago. Last fight he won a decision.
the two fights ago.
Both this
Yes.
year, yeah. Both
Yeah.
in March and April.
That's what. Okay. Yes, he was, in my opinion, he wasn't looking the best before he got that submission. I'm taking the dog. It's an
It,
unpopular decision, but
it's not a bad dog pick. You know, David Grant is tough. He's really tough. He loves to scrap. He's like, he'll get up if he gets down. But the thing, this could be a good test for Blackshear for like his heart and willingness to duel and scrap it out. The thing that I think could be the difference maker is if he gets him down and in order
yeah,
to get up, he has to turn and give his back. And Blackshear loves that. So Blackshear could first chance he gets hops on it, gets the hooks in, fucking trying or rear naked. So that's why I think Blackshear's gonna win, just because I do think the fight will end up on the ground at some point, and I think Blackshear can catch something better than Davy Grant can get up. Maybe not the first time,
that
maybe
is
not
right.
the second, but maybe the third. You know what I mean? And if it even goes that long, it's also the odds aren't even crazy wide, so a lot of people seem to agree with the scrappiness and what you were saying in Davy Grant, but I'm I'm the
Of
opposite way.
course,
I'm the opposite way.
that is what I'm scared of. Of course, he's shown it so many times, and his resume, his submission resume on the in the UFC has shown it again.
Yeah,
How Damon, if you check his Instagram, it says Damon, the myth, the legend. It's just a fire
that's
Instagram
cool.
name.
Yeah,
So I'll give him that. He got me on that. Of course, that submission is live, so I'll probably make two bets. Either Davy Grant. I don't see him knocking Damon Shear out, so maybe I'm going to play a decision just to get the odds play bigger than the money line, and of course
yeah,
Black Shear submission. Just a clear submission. I don't know which round, but I
yeah.
really do. I really do want to see Davy Grant catch a W, make an upset. It would be
It'll be
very raw
fun.
with every yeah. It is. This is an exciting fight.
It is an exciting fight for sure. Abu Dhabi, they get those. So yeah, we're split here, but we're both kind of saying the same thing. Just one of them we think one's gonna work, and the other thinks the
Yep.
other's gonna work.
Yep.
So
See
we
it.
move Muslim Salikov versus Carlos Leal. Now, if I didn't see Salikov just stunt on Song with that wheel kick KO in his last fight,
Yes.
I would feel a lot more confident picking Leal. But it did happen, so I'm not as confident, but I do think he's gonna win. I think he's just gonna be too aggressive. He's younger. Lau was one of I think if I'm remembering correctly, he was one of the sauce dudes that as he was coming into the UFC, now he has to get off of it. And people didn't know how he was going to look, but now he's kind of filling it, so he looks fine. Uh, so I think he's going to win. I'm going to take him to win here, probably by knockout, just because he throws heavy and, Salikov, before his 2 fight win streak, got knocked out by Randy Brown, who also throws heavy. So
Yeah, Randy Brown, an amazing Muay Thai kickboxer. So I can see how I wouldn't say they're the same, but Carlos Al's stand-up game is as shown in his last fight. Yes, I do really think I think as many other UFC viewers, if they saw Carlos Leal's first fight in the UFC against Renat Fakhretdinov in Abu Dhabi, I believe it
I believe so too.
was, in my opinion, a 2-1 on Carlos Leal's favor, but then
A
what
lot of
got
people,
us
yeah, a lot of
I don't
people
know.
thought he lost or Leal won that fight. 100%.
So considering the fact that that happened, I don't think that it's going to happen again because then they would be like they would have to I don't know if they even do investigations in the UFC with the judges scoring or anything like that, but there's something fishy if this happens. Of course, if it's a big, I mean, if it's split decision, I mean, if it's a close decision, then of course
Yeah,
we're in Abu Dhabi, so I can see that. But if it's a clear fight like Renat Fakhretdinov, I don't know. I'm not split in this, but I'm just scared of where it's
cautious.
taking place.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not split in between these two, but I'm leaning Carlos Leal, just a younger fighter, hungrier, just started the UFC. Muslim Salikov, I believe he's from the Abdul Manap school. So uh he's with the Nurmagomedovs.
I'm
I
not
think that's
100%
a
sure,
stat
but
that I did see.
no, he's Russian. I'm not 100%
Yeah, if my
sure
notes
he's Russian.
do not
Yeah,
get me back, I think that is the correct answer. So we might see even Khabib in his corner. So that would be an amazing thing to see. But I lean Carlos Leal.
yeah, I agree with you. All right, so we're both on the Leal side for now. All
Yep.
right, we move. The feature prelim, Bryce Mitchell versus Saeed Nurmagomedov. What are you thinking?
I was on both sides. I was very high on Said Nurmagomedov even when he first started in the UFC. Of course, the Nurmagomedov name, but after his last performance against Vinicius Oliveira, got taken down, just out wrestled
Yeah,
Nurmagomedov, taking him down after. I just don't even. I can't. It's like a Kevin Holland to me now. This,
yeah,
I, I can't trust him. Then I do see Bryce Mitchell. Okay, he's only lost against one
good
of the top
competition.
guys,
Yeah,
Ilya Taporia, pound for pound. Next one, he got flatlined. Josh Emmett, long time. Of course, you had to have seen that. And then he's just coming off a loss against John Silva. Now that guy is just a different breed, but that's a different story. Bryce Mitchell, he likes to mix it. He likes to mix in. He has a weird style, in my opinion. The way he like crouches forward towards you and doesn't stand up that straight whenever he wants to like box with you. Once it goes to the ground, this guy's jujitsu is amazing. He's trained at what is it, Planet 10 or 10, oh sorry, 10th Planet. He's been there, with getting more techniques, but oh, the videos I've seen about Bryce Mitchell recently and just in jujitsu wise, we might see a jujitsu versus wrestling day this Saturday, and
100%.
I'm excited to see if Nurmagomedov knows what he's up to. The only thing I am a little concerned on both sides is their gas tank. Bryce
Yeah,
Mitchell was very gassed at the end of the first round against John Silva and in the second, and we all know what happened in the second. And then Said Nurmagomedov, same thing. Second round and third round, just let it go. Taken
yep,
down just by the more output opponent. As
yeah,
long as gives a lot of more output, I think Bryce Mitchell even beats him on the stand up. I can even say that.
yeah. No, I agree with you. I mean, like you said, very close fight too, and it could be a nice grappler's paradise fight. Uh, the only thing to really note too is Bryce Mitchell's moving down to 135, so we don't exactly know how he's gonna look. But like you said, he's only lost to these powerful top level strikers, these really powerful ones. Topuria, Josh Emmett, John Silva, even though he lost by submission to Topuria and Silva, there's still that power that's coming at them before going down to the ground, going at him. So, and Saeed, I don't think has that. So I'm taking Bryce in this. I think he'll get some takedowns, mix it up. I think he'll win the fight probably by decision, but I wouldn't be surprised to see if there's to see a finish win. I really
There
wouldn't.
you go.
So maybe even a Bryce Mitchell finish bet or just a fight to end by submission bet, you know? Who knows whatever those odds look like. So who
We
do you
also
think
have
who
to
sorry, go ahead.
the one thing that I just realized right now is their gas tank, and I did mention that their gas tank. And if the first round goes Bryce's, which I think it is, second round, I mean, yeah, sorry, I am right. Second round, maybe Saeed, the Khabib's talk, pep talk, okay, is 1-1. And if they're both gassed, there might even be a split decision, and it might even go to the Nurmagomedov, since
That's also
understanding where
true,
we're at.
considering the look at
The Yes, the last fight against Vinicius, it was a clear like how different they were. So
yeah.
there was a clear thing. This it might get ugly in the end, and not in the good way. So I have to keep that into consideration. I am leaning Bryce Mitchell though, but I won't
Yeah,
be,
confidently taking
yeah,
anyone. Fair. Makes
no.
sense. All right. So we're both on leaning Bryce Mitchell's side here, but it's a close, very close odds fight. I think the closest on the card, so be wary. All right.
Um,
Moving to the main card, Nikita Krylov versus Bogdan Guskov. Guskov's coming off that nice win, I believe, against who's down Alicante down below in the UFC. Yeah, he's on a three-fight win streak actually, losing only to Volkan by submission, which is why I think I'm going to be taking Krylov here just because of that submission threat. I think that Krylov, after getting that knockout loss against Reyes, it's he needs a big bounce back, and I think this is against someone who's also a nice power puncher. So that same fear of getting knocked out, but might be able to control a little better, get to the ground, get a nice submission win. So I'm taking Krylov, but very weary here. This could be a double chance Krylov submission, Guskov knockout bet, if that's possible, or just fight doesn't go the distance. What are you thinking?
Yes, that's the bet that after I analyze both sides, that's the bet I did want to take is the fight will not end. The fight will not go to distance. The fight will end. And same thing. I see a Guskov by knockout, and then I see a Krylov by submission. Krylov just didn't have enough time to take Dominic Reyes down.
Yep,
He got caught coming in. This is what happens when you choose to dirty box a little bit coming in and you just get caught. Happens. I don't want to say Krylov was winning the beginning of the fight. It was a little
it was close
even, I
back and
guess, in
forth.
my
Yeah,
eyes. Yeah, but there wasn't a lot of matchup yet. But his past fights, that he has shown he's durable. He has the UFC experience. Guskov is just coming in the three win streak. I'm gonna give it to Krylov. I like it.
I agree. All right, both on Nikita Krylov, but more on the fight doesn't go the distance side. We
Yep.
move. Next fight, Asu Amabaya versus Jose Ochoa. I'm taking Asu in this fight. I'm a fan of him in general. I just like Asu. I think he's very good, and I think he's going to put the pressure on Ochoa, who's taking this on somewhat short notice. He's coming off that loss to Cap, Asu is, Manel Cap, who's also very good in my opinion. So I think Asu, especially at slight underdog fight, who's had a slight underdog odds, who's had a full training camp, is a good bet. What are you thinking?
In the beginning of the year, I did see him at 299 against CJ Vergara. He just, he has that pressure. He's gonna lean him. He's gonna go for the clinch. He's gonna take him to the fence, take him down, control, and this is exactly what he did to CJ Vergara. He just couldn't do it to Manel Kape. He's very good at scrambling and just amazing in the stand up. That's why he got knocked out. But we also have to take into consideration who Jose Ochoa has been training with. And I believe, if my notes are not wrong, he's been at Chuta Box.
Yes, yeah,
And so
yeah, that's next
even though
level.
even though he's a stand-up guy, I think he knows what he was doing. And I don't see Jose Ochoa as far as the research that I've done, a little bit of social media. I don't see him like partying. Well, Probably he could be, but I'm saying that he's not. He seems more focused, and I believe he's more in the gym. He
Yeah.
shows that. He shows that a little bit more. I'm not saying Asu is not in the gym, but I'm not. I'm what I'm saying is Jose Ochoa just got the fight from kind of short notice.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean he's not ready, in my opinion. I really like the way he fought in his last fight, and I like the dog. I had Asu in my parlay to be the champ by December 2025, and he got KO'd by Manel Kape. And now it seems like Joshua Van plus 1700 when I saw him is
He's gonna
gonna
get
get
the
the
shot
shot. So
for
yeah,
sure.
it's crazy. It's crazy how shit happens in the UFC. But as long as Jose Ochoa doesn't go to the ground, and even if he does, he better stand up, use that shoot the box training. With all them amazing fighters over there. It's not only Charles Oliveira. You have a lot of talent at shoot the box. So I am going to take that into consideration. I'm going to take the dog in this fight, and plus of the height advantage. And I just think he has that striking ability to make it a dog fight. He saw what Cop did, and he's gonna do it. I see him. He already saw the path to victory. Copy it and let's go.
I like it. I like it for sure. All right, so we're split there. Very close odds again. You know, take
Of
what you
course, I
like.
do see Asu taking it by decision. Of course, just wrestling match, but I like the dog. I like it.
Yeah. No, it's not a bad bet for sure. Well, they're actually Asu was the dog. Ochoa, he might be he might they might have flipped now, but to start off, Asu was the dog. But now it's could be flipped. I don't exactly know. Let's see really quick.
We'll check that.
It looks like it's a pick 'em now. So minus 105, minus
Yeah,
105.
yeah, it is a
Very-
pick 'em.
But yeah, you're not gonna get plus money on either of them. So bet what you're confident
Well,
in.
so flip the coin.
Yep, exactly. All right.
Go.
We move Shara Magomedov versus Marc-Andre Barriault. Quick one. I'm gonna take Shara probably by knockout. I think Barriault is just older. This is Shara's time. He's coming off. He wants to bounce back, get a knockout win. What are you thinking?
Same thing. Shara he wasn't in the right mind. He was a little bit hurt before that Michael Venom Page fight. It's not the same. Michael Venom Page is not. I mean, sorry, Mark is not the same as MVP. So yeah,
Right.
last fight was fun, but it's where it ends.
All right, we're both on the Shara side here, probably by knockout. Co-main event of the evening: Peter Yan versus Marcus McGee. Go ahead. What are you thinking?
I don't think these lines should be that big either way, but it's a hard one. I'm taking Peter Yan. I do see Marcus McGee winning maybe by he has that weird style, that kickboxing style after his last fight. Ooh, just shining on his opponent. That was amazing. But Peter Yan just seems to get effed over by the UFC back to back. This just seems like a good Sean O'Malley coming in from a high ranked opponent, taking on a top five opponent, almost undefeated, and I wouldn't call him a prospect either because he's not young, but fighting
He's
wise,
older.
he is the next prospect I can see. But I think Peter Yan has to showcase it, mix in the
100%.
the takedowns, and
I
yeah,
agree with you. I agree with you. I think this line feels like a trap. Like you said, it's
yes,
very close. It feels like a trap for Marcus McGee and that you should be betting him and not Peter Yan. But I agree with you. I'm gonna pick Yan because I just think he's better. McGee's undefeated in the UFC though. He definitely could win this fight, and I wouldn't be surprised if he does. But it just I like Jan's just better, and it just feels like a
yes,
trap. So I'm picking Jan. Probably stay away from it. Maybe a small bet on the underdog just because of the odds. Plus 300, plus 400 is crazy.
yes.
So, all right. Main event of the evening: Robert Whittaker versus Rainer de Ridder. I am picking RDR here. I think he's going to be. I mean, he's going to be bigger. I think he's going to be more aggressive. I think he's going to bring it to Whittaker, and I think it's just going to be another weird win for RDR. And I think he's going to win this fight. On paper, Whittaker wins, but RDR can't read. What are you thinking?
The same thing. I have RDR winning, but we cannot count out what Robert Whittaker did in Abu Dhabi last time. He was
That's
the
true.
underdog.
Fucking up
He
his
he
crown.
And I don't understand why a lot of people are not speaking on his explosiveness. Robert Whittaker has that explosiveness in my eyes, and I don't know. RDR seems just a little slower. I don't know what it is, but he just
100%.
seems a little slower. He just seems like, and in his last fight, Bo Nickel. Of course, I'm not the fighter, but Bo Nickel can just when he gets clinched up, he could have just, it's just weird things that I don't think Robert Whittaker is gonna do those mistakes. And of
Agree.
course, RDR has a grappling advantage. Robert Whittaker has lost Chimaev by submission. I do see RDR winning by submission, but I will not count out Robert Whittaker. I have Robert Whittaker by KO. Let's run it
Man,
back from Abu Dhabi. Let's run it back. A lot of people are counting them out. Even though he is the underdog, I will
he's a
not count him
favorite.
out. I mean, sorry,
Yeah.
favorite. Yes, even though he is the favorite, and people are saying that RDR is going to win based off his performances and what he's done at one championship. Yes, but I don't think he's fought anybody at Robert Whittaker's resume yet. Even though he has some close fights, I don't. I think still has that extra dog in him, and I dare I say a knockout. Dare I
Yeah.
say a knockout? That might be a small prop bet, but I am taking Robert Whittaker money line. Going against the haters, not you, but
Yeah,
everyone
no.
else. Oh my God, all these guys, they're just shit talking on Robert.
Yeah,
But
no.
let's see.
A lot of people taking RDR and the odds haven't moved, so that's also something to be weary about.
And yeah, and I'm a little, something's a little fishy there, so I am taking Robert Whittaker.
I like
It's
it.
plus money and has not moved. It's crazy work. I'm taking Robert Whittaker.
Yeah, no, I like it. I think it's gonna be a great fight. RDR, the thing that scares me is that that autism thing that him and like Dricus have and how Dricus won. I don't know. I can't get over that. So we're split here. We're split on this main event. Lewis is taking the Reaper. I got RDR.
There's
We'll
a
see
lot of
how she
splits in this
goes.
between us.
There
I don't know.
is.
It's gonna be a
That's
fun
good.
week.
I
It's
like
gonna be
it.
a fun
Yeah.
Saturday.
I like it. But then again, that's just what we're picking. What we're betting
Exactly.
is what really matters.
Exactly. The betting is different. The betting is different.
Yeah.
We want to have value in our bet. So
Yeah.
we're going to be looking at inside the distance submission props, under over rounds. So those are for sure going to be into consideration.
Yes, sir. That's all that really matters. Making some
Let's
money
go.
and enjoying this card. All right, that was our UFC Abu Dhabi Fight Night Whittaker versus Duder breakdown. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe, enjoy it. Head over to our TikTok, Instagram, X, whatever for more media breakdown content, everything. Hope you guys enjoy. Thank you.
Peace.